TLC is literally losing IT right now. Emergency meetings, executives panicking, and sister wives might actually get the EXE after what just went down. You're not ready for this tea, fam. What's good, everyone? If you're not already sitting down, you better plant yourself somewhere because the drama coming out of TLC headquarters is absolutely bonkers right now. We're talking full-blown crisis mode, people. Like the bigwigs at TLC literally called an emergency meeting. And when I say emergency, I mean drop everything, get in here now type of emergency. And it's all about Sister Wives, the show that's been giving us chaos for over a decade. But here's where it gets spicy. Viewers are apparently done. Like, completely over it. The backlash is so intense that network executives are genuinely debating whether to pull the plug on the whole thing. Can you even imagine? So let me break down what's actually happening behind the scenes, because this situation is wild from every angle. First off, the viewer backlash has been building for months now, but apparently it just reached a breaking point that TLC can't ignore anymore. We're talking about thousands of comments flooding their social media, ratings taking a nosedive, and sponsors allegedly getting nervous about being associated with the show. The main complaints? OH boy, where do we even start? Number 1. Viewers are saying the show has become way too toxic and depressing to watch. Like, people tuned in for the Plural marriage lifestyle content, the family dynamics, maybe some light drama. But what they're getting now is basically a full-on emotional war zone every single episode. One viewer literally tweeted, "I used to love this show, but now it's just watching people be miserable for an hour. I can't do it anymore." And that tweet got like 50,000 likes. 50,000. That's not just random hate. That's a movement. But here's the real kicker, and I cannot stress this enough. The biggest issue executives are apparently dealing with is Cody himself. Sources close to the network say that focus groups and viewer surveys are showing that Cody has become one of the most disliked reality TV personalities currently on air. Like, we're talking bachelor villain levels of hate, except this isn't a villain edit. This is just him being him. The complaints are brutal, y'all. He's narcissistic. He plays favorites with his wives. He abandoned his kids. He only cares about Robyn. His ego is out of control. And TLC is apparently sweating because they've built this entire show around this man, and now their audience is basically rage-watching at this point, if they're even watching at all. One insider allegedly said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that the network is concerned the show has gone from fascinating look at alternative lifestyles to watching a family implode in real time, and that's not the vibe they want associated with their brand. Now, let's talk about the Christine and Janelle situation, because this is where things get really complicated for TLC. So here's the tea. Christine and Janelle leaving the family was supposed to be this big dramatic storyline that would boost ratings, right? Like, that's reality TV gold. Wives leaving a plural marriage. That's must-see TV. And honestly, it did work for a hot minute. The ratings went up when Christine announced she was out. People were glued to their screens watching her pack up and move to Utah. That was compelling television. But here's where TLC allegedly miscalculated. Viewers didn't just root for Christine to leave. They started rooting for the show to end. Like, people saw her getting her freedom and were like, yes, girl. And also, why are we still watching Cody be terrible? Janelle's departure had a similar effect. People were celebrating these women getting out, and it made everyone question why they should keep tuning in to watch Cody and Robyn's weird, isolated bubble life. One focus group participant allegedly said, "The women we actually liked are gone. Why would I keep watching the people I can't stand?" And apparently multiple people in that group agreed. TLC is stuck between a rock and a hard place because those departures were great for short-term ratings, but now they're realizing they might have lost the characters that actually kept people invested. Let's get into the numbers because this is what really matters to networks at the end of the day. According to industry reports, and these are legit sources, not just random gossip, Sister Wives ratings have been on a downward trend over the past 2 seasons. Like, we're talking a significant drop in the key demographics that advertisers care about. The show used to pull in over 2 million viewers per episode during its peak. Now, some episodes are struggling to crack 1 million. That's a massive decline for a show that's been a flagship series for TLC. And here's what really has executives nervous. The show is expensive to produce. They're filming with multiple families now, traveling between locations, and they're paying the family significant money to keep doing this. If the ratings don't justify the cost, that's a problem. Plus, and this is crucial, the advertising revenue has allegedly taken a hit. Brands are apparently being more selective about which TLC shows they want their commercials running during. And Sister Wives is becoming a harder sell because of the negative sentiment around Cody and the family dysfunction. One marketing executive allegedly told a trade publication that family-friendly brands don't want to be associated with family breakdown. And OOF, that's a harsh but fair assessment of where this show has gone. We cannot have this conversation without talking about the Robyn factor, because she has become incredibly polarizing among viewers. Now, before we get into this, let me say, Robyn didn't ask to be the favorite wife, okay? She didn't write the script. But the way things have played out has made her public enemy number one in the eyes of a lot of Sister Wives fans. The criticisms aimed at Robyn are intense. People say she manipulates Cody. They claim she wanted the other wives gone. They accuse her of playing victim while living her best life. They think she's fake and calculated. Whether these accusations are fair or not is honestly beside the point. What matters is that TLC is dealing with a situation where a huge chunk of their audience cannot stand one of the main cast members, and that's not sustainable for a reality show. There are literally multiple Facebook groups and Reddit threads dedicated to criticizing Robyn. We're talking thousands of members engaged in daily discussions about why they can't watch anymore because of her. And TLC knows this. They read the comments. They see the social media analytics. They know that every time they post about the show, the comment section turns into a roast session. One alleged network source said they've never seen this level of audience hostility toward a reality TV cast member who isn't actively committing crimes or doing something completely unforgivable. It's just pure frustration with the family dynamics. Now here's where things get even more complicated for TLC. The Brown children have started speaking out publicly and not in flattering ways. Several of Cody's adult children have done interviews, appeared on podcasts, and posted on social media about their real experiences growing up in this family. And yikes, it's not pretty. We've heard about Cody not showing up for important life events, favoritism toward Robyn's kids, feeling abandoned during COVID, years of emotional neglect, the trauma of watching their family fall apart. And this is creating a major PR problem for TLC because now the show isn't just documenting alternative family structures. It's documenting what some of these kids are calling harmful parenting. Madison, Michael T., Paydon, Gabe, Garrison, rest in peace, and others have all shared their perspectives, and it paints a picture that makes viewers feel uncomfortable continuing to support the show. One viewer comment that went viral said, "I can't keep watching this family's dysfunction fund Cody's lifestyle. These kids deserve better, and I'm not going to keep giving TLC ratings that pay him." That's a sentiment that TLC apparently can't ignore. When your audience starts feeling guilty for watching, you've got a serious problem on your hands. The network is allegedly worried about the ethical implications of continuing to profit from what's being described by family members themselves as a dysfunctional situation. Let's talk about what else is happening in the reality TV landscape, because TLC isn't operating in a vacuum here. The reality TV space is more competitive than it's ever been. You've got streaming services pumping out reality content, other networks launching their own family-based shows, and social media influencers creating free content that's sometimes more entertaining than produced television. TLC has other shows that are performing better than Sister Wives and causing way less controversy. Why would they keep investing in a property that's becoming a liability when they could develop something new? Shows like 90 Day Fiancé and its spin-offs are pulling better ratings with less drama and viewer backlash. Those franchises are printing money for the network, while Sister Wives is becoming this complicated situation that requires crisis management. Industry insiders are allegedly saying that TLC executives are asking themselves, is the Sister Wives brand worth saving, or should we cut our losses and invest those resources elsewhere? And that's a valid question. Why keep pushing a show that's making your audience angry when you could launch something fresh that people actually want to watch? Plus, There's the issue of oversaturation. Sister Wives has been on for 18 seasons. That's almost 2 decades of the same family. Even the most loyal fans are saying they're exhausted. The reality TV landscape has changed dramatically since 2010 when this show premiered. Back then, the novelty of a plural marriage family was enough to draw viewers. Now, people want more than just look at this unusual lifestyle. They want to feel good about what they're watching. So let's get into what allegedly went down in this crisis meeting, because the rumors coming out of TLC headquarters are absolutely wild, according to people claiming to have knowledge of the situation. And take this with a grain of salt, because these are industry whispers, not confirmed facts. The meeting involved high-level executives, production team leaders, and network programmers all gathered to discuss the future of Sister Wives. The agenda allegedly included current viewer sentiment analysis, basically looking at all the data about how people feel about the show right now. Financial viability. Is this show still profitable given the production costs versus advertising revenue? Brand alignment. Does Sister Wives still fit with TLC's overall network identity and goals? Cast cooperation. Are the family members still willing and able to continue filming? Legal and ethical considerations. Are there any concerns about continuing to document this family situation? One alleged source claimed that the meeting got heated, with some executives wanting to pull the plug immediately, while others argued for letting the show finish out its current season and then making a decision. There's also rumors that they discussed potential spin OFFS focusing on Christine and Janelle since they're the fan favorites, but that would require those women wanting to continue in reality TV, which isn't guaranteed. Here's another layer to this mess: Kody's contract situation. Reality TV contracts are complicated, and according to people familiar with how these deals work, Kody likely has some control over whether the show continues, what gets filmed, and how his family is portrayed. But here's the catch. TLC allegedly wants more access and more honesty about what's really happening in the family, while Kody reportedly wants to control the narrative and protect his image. That's a fundamental conflict that's apparently causing tension in negotiations. Sources claim that Kody is becoming increasingly difficult to work with because he doesn't like how he's being portrayed. But like, dude, they're literally just filming you. If you don't like your portrayal, maybe change your behavior? The network allegedly wants him to address viewer criticisms head-on, actually engage with the legitimate concerns people have about his parenting and his treatment of his wives. But Kody reportedly thinks the audience just doesn't understand him. That disconnect between what TLC needs for compelling television and what Kody is willing to give them is apparently creating a situation where both sides are wondering if it's worth continuing. One production insider allegedly said, "You can't make good reality TV with someone who's constantly trying to control how they look. Reality TV works when people are authentic." And that authenticity is apparently something Kody is increasingly unwilling to provide, which makes the show feel staged and frustrating to viewers who can tell they're not getting the real story. Let's talk about what's happening on social media, because that's where the real viewer sentiment is being expressed, and it's brutal. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, TikTok. Every platform is flooded with Sister Wives content, and like 80% of it is negative. The hashtags tell the story. Hashtag cancel Sister Wives has been trending multiple times. Hashtag Team Christine and hashtag Team Janelle are way more popular than anything pro Kody. Hashtag Robyn is the worst trends basically every time a new episode airs. TikTok is especially savage. There are hundreds of creators making content roasting the show, breaking down Kody's toxic behavior, analyzing Robyn's manipulations, and celebrating the wives who left. Some of these TikToks get millions of views. There are creators who've built entire followings just on Sister Wives commentary, and the overwhelming consensus is, this show needs TOYND. One viral TikTok that got like 5 million views showed clips of Kody being terrible to his kids with the caption, TLC really said let's document child neglect and call it entertainment. That's the level of call out the network is dealing with. Instagram comment sections are chaos. Every time TLC's official account posts about Sister Wives, the comments are flooded with people saying, cancel this show. Stop giving Kody a platform. We're done watching this toxicity. Christine and Janelle deserved better. Reddit has multiple active sister wives communities with tens of thousands of members, and the general vibe is, we're hate watching at this point, and even that's getting old. TLC can't ignore this. Social media engagement is a huge metric for networks now. And when that engagement is overwhelmingly negative, that's a red flag that can't be dismissed. So what could actually happen here? Let's break down the possibilities because there are a few different ways this could go. Immediate cancellation. TLC pulls the plug now, doesn't air any more episodes, and just moves on. This is the nuclear option and seems unlikely given that they probably have episodes already filmed and contracted advertising. But it's possible. And after this season, they let the current season finish airing. Don't renew for another season and give the show some kind of series finale treatment. This seems like the most likely scenario based on the rumors. Major retool, they keep the show, but make major changes. Maybe focus only on the women who left. Maybe bring in a different narrator. Maybe completely restructure how it's filmed. This would be complicated, but could work if they can salvage the Sister Wives brand. Hiatus and reassess. They put the show on pause. Let the dust settle. See where the family is in a year or two, and then decide if there's still a story worth telling. This is the kick the can down the road approach. Full steam ahead, they ignore the backlash. Bank on hate watching, keeping ratings stable enough, and just keep going. This seems like the least likely option given everything we've discussed, but networks have surprised us before. Industry experts seem to think option 2 is most probable. Finishing the current season, and then quietly not renewing. That way TLC can avoid the bad press of an abrupt cancellation while still moving away from a problematic property. So there you have it, fam. The full breakdown of the absolute chaos happening behind the scenes at TLC right now. Will Sister Wives survive this crisis? Will Cody have to find a real job? Will we ever see Christine, Janelle, Meri, and Robyn get the closure they deserve? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear. This show has reached a turning point, and whatever happens next is going to be major. What do you think TLC should do? Should they cancel Sister Wives, or give it one more season? Do you think Cody deserves to keep his reality TV platform? Would you watch a spin-off focused on Christine and Janelle? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I want to know where you stand on this. And listen, if you made it this far, you're clearly as obsessed with this drama as I am, so do me a huge favor. Smash that like button, demolish that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates on this situation, because you know there's going to be more tea spilling soon. Share this with your Sister Wives watching friends, because they need to know what's really going down behind the scenes. The drama doesn't stop when the cameras turn off. It's just getting started. I'll be back with more updates as soon as anything else breaks. And trust me, with this family, there's always something breaking. Until next time, stay messy, stay informed, and remember, you're not just watching reality TV, you're witnessing history in the making. Peace.